So, Wazania tribe, so excited today. We've got Mkulu with us. It's good that he's here. And baby, I'm going to put you on the spot again. Ask us to usher in the new year with a bit of a song as people come in and they arrive in song, you know?
Wow, you should have said I should bring my drum.
I can go get your drum.
We can.
Now, sit, you think of the song.
Thokozani Sanbonani, yeah, was caught offside there. We are unprepared, and yeah. Uh, okay, thank you. Phew. We should have asked the tribe to tell us which mhlambe bafuna iphi.
No, let's just go. Let's we're just gonna do a song while we wait for people to arrive. Next time we'll give them the opportunity.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe your closing song. Yes.
Or we can ask them for a closing song.
Yeah, we can ask them for it. Let's do an opening so we can arrive. We're gonna do a song as in a way of helping us arrive because we're talking about a heavy topic today. And be grounded and be settled. Thokoza mkhulu. Siyathokozisa, siyavusela, sayisandla phezu kwesinye. Siyacamagwisha sinqula sithandaza. Sithi leseli sithi khanya. Sithi makhosi amakhulu ishintshwa ngizomoya. Abomavula kuvaliwe ababona la singaboni khona. Sibiza nina ey'ntabeni sithi buyani mathonga nali ilizwe lakwantu liyabhubha. Sithi makhosi amahle sibiza amakhosi ney'ndlovukazi amaqhawe namaqhawekazi. Njengoba sesiqala phela a new month beginning the new year within the African calendar. Sithi makhehla amadala nezalukazi okhokho nokhokho omkhulu abasondele. Uthi namhlanje njengoba sihamba siyokhuluma ngendaba ejule kakhulu indaba enzima ehambe esingayizwisisi ngoba kuhamba sokudaleka nemikhuba khehla lami kuthiwa idlozi. Sithi asibameme laba basiphethe, asibameme laba baphethe izizwe, asibameme laba baphethe umhlaba nale phansi kwamanzi nale phesheya. Wonke amagumbi amanomhlaba siyabamema, sibema wonke amadlozi amahle amhlophe phansi kothunzi wemlanga. Sithi bogogo nabomkhulu sondelani nizoba nathi makhosi. That was, I just felt like we needed to do some sort of evocation, some sort of invitation. And you know, I love Mkhulu Mkasho's music. I think I'm your number one fan. I'm such a groupie because every time you sing it is healing. Sometimes we don't understand the lyrics, but music is that powerful because you don't need to understand, because sometimes in understanding we analyze and we use the cognitive function that are full of distortions. But when we listen, when we listen without understanding, music starts to minister to us. It starts to heal us. It starts to liberate us. It starts to move us from one point of struggle to a possibility of opportunity. You see, you bring the artist in me, you bring the creative in me, you bring the poet in me. Mkhulu is the singer, I am the poet, I'm gifted, I'm an orator, I'm gifted with words. You know, how I use my words is the gift in which I have been entrusted with. How I use my words, I heal as I speak, he heals as he sings. That is a great welcome. If you have just joined us, you missed an opening of a lifetime. Because this is what makes Kokodino and Mkhulu Mkasha who they are. We are not trying to be anybody else or anything else but ourselves. And as ourselves, we've come in unionship to offer food for the soul to the tribe. And tonight's topic, that we are discussing, and it comes from the core tribe. So we've got a long list of topics. It comes from the core tribe because whenever Mkhulu is available, we really would love for him to come and share his wisdom, because it is always great to get different perspectives on these topics while we gather resources to bring other people outside us to share. But we know we are committed, and I say we because I speak for him, because sometimes when I have to do this, he's taking care of other businesses, so I can come into the space and gift. So he might not be here physically with us, but he is gifting in other spaces. So we're very grateful that he can be here. We're going to be speaking about addictions and spiritually gifted people, because we see that, we experience it, and we have also overcome our own addiction or what addictive behaviors. So I want to just do, you know how I am, just set the context a bit, and then, you know, get Mkhulu to give his input, and of course engage with the people who are tuning in. Remember, tribe, when you love us so much, you just make a donation. You use a super sticker. When you use a super chat, it means your questions just goes up. And this is a service currently just available on YouTube. It's not available on other platforms. Hopefully, as we grow the platforms, yes, we can start doing that. It is a way in which the tribe just gives thanks. Bayakhanyisa, bakhanyisela lo msebenzi ukuthi singapheli amandla, singapheli umoya, singaphezi ukwenza ukuhle, silokhu siqhubeka sikhanyisa, senikhanyisela ngey'nkulumo, ngemvuselelo yomsebenzi wethu. Wow, baby, you're here today. It feels like the talk show host is coming out. It feels like the presenter is coming out. The broadcaster in me is coming out. Like everything of me is coming out. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're sitting next to greatness. It can only make your greatness shine. So thank you so much, tribe. So addictions. I want to say addiction is actually a compulsive consumption of a substance, of a activity, of a thing in order for you to feel better. So it's something you excessively need to consume so that you can feel better, you can ease pain, you can get over things, you can be moved away from the current reality and the current trouble. So when we speak of addiction, we know the most common ones that are out there, and we're going to be quite wary of the language that we use because we also need to be able to respect the guidelines here. So umklofklof uyazi ukuthi bathazisha ngisho munye phezu komunye, it's an addiction. Alcohol as one, marijuana in our context is marijuana, it's umthunzi wenkukhu is yeah, ugwayi wabadala, sniff. Alcohol is mostly common. What else am I missing?
Yeah, mostly in our space.
Yeah, no, but also what we've seen, there is also an addiction of needing to be relevant, needing to be popular. We're seeing that on social media where people are needing. I keep on looking at you and I can see you on the screen. You're just that handsome, when you're sitting next to handsomeness, you just want to soak in the handsomeness. Maybe you are my addiction, baby. So it's that food, sugar, shopping, gambling, all sorts of things. So we are seeing that a lot of healers and those who are called into the healing space are struggling with addictions. However, the addictions that we are struggling with, you need to note this, and please listen to me very well, because we are needing to consume ourselves with something, someone, because you can also be addicted to a person. You can be obsessive and obsessing over a relationship that's long gone, but you just think that this is the one, and you're not willing to actually understand and accept when somebody has said, no, I don't want to be in this relationship. And you keep on saying, and there are people who are also addicted to just fixing things, right? Or who are obsessed in getting everything perfect and in order. But let's just narrow it down to those tangible and practical things that we've spoken about. So we get addicted because that which we're consuming soothes. That which we are consuming soothes, it numbs, it pacifies, and makes things seem not to exist in that moment when we are consumed by that thing that we are addicted to. So it doesn't start as an addiction. We know there are substances that are highly addictive. You ingest it, you are hooked. But it starts by just eating that piece of cake that feels so good. And it seems like once you feel so good, you don't have to worry about certain things that are happening in your life. You don't have to worry about the heartache that you're experiencing from a heartbreak. And then it continues, right? And sometimes people also consume substances to escape harsh realities. So even people who are overeaters, they do that as a way to comfort, of course, a traumatic experience, and mostly a sexual assault that they've experienced, but as a way of saying that if I don't look as attractive as I was when I got assaulted, then I won't be a target. So let me make myself look very unattractive by putting excessive weight so I can keep the predators at bay. But what we are seeing happening is that when people consume substance, then they want to say, "Guti edlozi," right? We see it in a lot of sangoma spaces where there's an overly consumption of alcohol, and where people say, "I mean, I'm right?" We see it where people have multiple partners, sexual partners, but I mean, oruko kwami mina ngitjwa bolobedu khabolobedu ratsiba hore we've got the matriarch who is who marries more than one man, and I can say like, yeah, we are in my lineage, I'm supposed to have multiple partners. So we see that in the name of edlozi. I want to say these two things. So we get addicted because we are escaping from the current reality, numbing, escaping a pain, a hardship, a challenge that is in the moment. Yet, we are also prone to easily be addicted because there is a pathology of addiction in the family. Because remember, we are our ancestors' manifestations. So as we inherit their gifts, we also inherit their shadows. We inherit their,
Habits.
their bad habits. But it doesn't excuse you from behaving badly just because your ancestors did it. I'm going to repeat this every time I have to speak about those things so that it sinks in that you are not held at hostage by idlozi lakho, because this body, this temple belongs to Dinewa in this lifetime. So then Uji no M can come and dictate on Dinewa, right? They can offer guidance, they can give input, but Dinewa ultimately is the one that makes a decision. So let me stop there and get to Mkulu to touch base, especially around the whole thing of Abantu and why Tina Singabantu bedlozi, we as easily can find ourselves in addiction. I'll add as well.
Thokozani, ngiyabonga ukungamukela in your space. Ngiyabonga tribe ukungamukela in your space and ukunginika ithuba lokuthi nami ngikwazi ukukhuluma, ngizozama ukumixa. Sometimes ngiyaqala ngithi ngifuna ukukhuluma isilungu angikwazi, but kuyazenzakalela ukuthi size sifike sibe khona isilungu. And when we speak about our addictions and all that, I think some of the things esihamba confused or ezihamba ziba nzima within, especially I will speak kubungoma because sisingabangoma. Kubungoma, it's one of the things esithi I'm honoring idlozi or I'm honoring abadala and all that. Okay, but there's a way and there's things that we can do to honor abantu abadala and all that, and especially ngoba manje ubunyanga bubukwa ngeso elithize. Everybody is on the spotlight and everybody is scrutinizing ubunyanga bethu, and everybody is trying to find izinto ukuthi babenze ubunyanga bube yinto embi. Yingakho ngesinye isikhathi kufanele ukuthi nathi sike sihlale sizibuze, sike sihlale sikhulume futhi nabantu abadala ukuthi basibonise ukuthi yizini indlela ezingcono ukuthi singakwazi ukuyoba representa wherever la sikhona ngendlela elungile engende futhi ngendlela eyiqiniso. Kuhamba kube nzima because of mengithi mina ngihamba umkhulu ekhaya wayenabafazi abangaka nangaka, kodwa kunezinto ekufanele futhi ngihambe ngikwazi ukuthi ngizilandelele ukuthi noma ngabe umkhulu bekanabafazi mhlawumbe abawu-10, but there was a way that it was done. There was iqiniso, indlela that it was done. Noma mengabe umkhulu noma ugogo bekahamba aphuza utshwala, kodwa manje ngoba mina ngumuntu ophila esikhathini samanje, fanele futhi ngihambe ngizwele lo mzimba engikuwo, lo mzimba wami ukuthi mengihamba ngenza lokho, nami ngiyabuthanda yini. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Ukuthi nami ngiyabuthanda yini lobo tshwala. Mengabe uyabhema, ngabe nami ngiyayithanda yini lento angipha yona, ukuyibona. And also fanele sihambe sifunde ukustopa ukucasha ngesithupha. Ukuthi mengabe isinefu ngiyasithanda, ngiyasibhema, and futhi kunesikhathi lana sibhema khona, kunesikhathi ngibona ukuthi cha la asingeni nokungena futhi siyangala ukuthi kusho kona ukuthi abantu abadala yibo abafuna isinefu. And mengabe ngesinye isikhathi ngiyasifosta, siyakwazi ukuthi siyangibloka, ngibonisa ukuthi akusiyibo. Notshwala bunjalo, nensamo injalo, nani nabafazi nakho konke kuhamba kube naleso simo leso. Kodwa into ebalekile at this moment is fanele nathi sizibeke phambili kukho konke esikwenzayo, because of sinomzimba owodwa, sinempilo eyodwa, and abantu abadala bahamba baya understand kulezo zinto. And also we need to understand that some of these things or most of these things we do them because yes, njengoba sekashilo gogo, we escaping certain things. Umsebenzi wethu sometimes traumatic, umsebenzi wethu sometimes unzima kakhulu, and especially to function from Friday to Sunday, wenza imsebenzi in not sleeping and all that, then sometimes the only way you can keep awake ukuphuza zonke lezo zinto lezo or ukubhema zonke lezo zinto lezo, ukuyibona lento le, and kuba nzima. And it's understandable, but it's also not saying ukuthi kufanele sizenze. Ukuyayibona lento. That is why we need to find a balance kukho konke esikwenzayo ukuze sikwazi ukuthi sikwenze lokhu isikhathi size sibe side, sikwazi nathi ukuphila impilo engcono and futhi impilo ende ukuze sikwazi ukuthi sikwenzele umsebenzi lo esiwuthumile ukuthi ube functional kuyo yonke indlela ekufanele ukuthi ube ngakhona.
True.
Ngoba bengabe we go into all of these things without looking after ourselves, kusasa bese sigula kuba inkinga, because nabantu abadala, they understand they have this body and they've got this one body. If ever this one body stops functioning, which means umsebenzi wabo will stop functioning.
Yeah.
Ukayibona, not ukuthi sinyeza abantu abadala kuma request and all that, but also you as a person, you also need to take a responsibility, and you as a person, you also need to be honest with yourself ukuthi kukho konke abakwenzela kona nabakunika kona nabakucela kona abantu abadala, also sit and also understand ukuthi yebo kuzokwenzani kuwe as a person. Yes, kuhle ukuthi basinike yonke lezi zinto ezinhle, basinike ama-talent and all that, kuhle lokho, and it all come with a price. Ukuyayibona lento ukuthi sometimes abanye njengoba banika ukucula, banika ukukhuluma, yebo kunezinto that get affected, but once we start being addicted kuzo lezi zinto lezo, then certain things in our lives ziqala, they feel the pinch. And once they feel the pinch, because khumbula abantu abadala beze ngoba bazokwakha, bazolapha. They cannot bafune ukwakha balaphe ngaphandle kodwa babe bamosha ekhaya la bahlala khona. Fanele ukuthi nasekhaya la bahlala khona, emzimbeni la bahlala khona, bakhe, balaphe, baphilise ukuze nakusasa sikwazi ukuqhubeka siphilisa. Ngoba mengabe mphilisa ngaphandle kodwa la ekhaya kuyamoshakala, then kusasa we wake up and resent idlozi. Kusasa sivuka sithi kanjani, yingakho sesize siqala abanye siphahle sithi bakuphi, ngoba kuhamba kuyamoshakala, kwenzakala so. Kanti ngesinye isikhathi is because of we never understood the message that they had for us. Thina sithathe lokhu esikuzwile and then ran with it, without even scrutinizing and sibheke ukuthi ngabe kusho ukuthini. Ukuyabona, yebo singabantu sihamba senza amaphutha lapho nalapho, ngoba vele nakulo msebenzi siyakhuliswa. We will go through challenges so that we can be able to say, hey, ngibonile ngenzile, bebengifundisela ukuthi nakusasa ngizokwazi ukulekelela abanye. Kodwa asingahambi siyolahla impilo zethu ngoba nakho manje sesizwa kumnandi. We are no longer wanting to take the responsibility of saying, I'm doing this because I want it.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because I like it. I'm doing this because of indlela engiyiyo. Bese ke sihamba siyohlambalaza abantu abadala okuyibona abahambe basikhanyisela, ngoba kusasa bese kulicisha leli khandlela kuba nzima ukuthi silikhanyise futhi.
Definitely. Well said. Well said. So now I'm limiting his sniff. So when I come, like you've seen, if you've noticed that I don't do sniff anymore when I'm on the streams, because I'm trying to limit it, because I'm clear that, you know, it's not about badala. Because also what I've noticed for myself is like when nipemi sniff outside Ndumbeni, I get so tired, I get so grumpy. You know, I understand that, but I want to speak about some of the driving causes, you know, that have led people to addictive behaviors in the name of edlozi and in the name of because it's because my ancestors want so, or my ancestors put me in this predicament. That's why I am behaving the way that I am behaving. As Mkulu has said, loving something and liking something, it's not a problem. So we don't say that you can't enjoy a glass of something, you can enjoy, you know, getting nice, luxurious things. We're not saying that, but what we're saying, when you do it in excess, how do you know you're addicted? Is when you cannot live without that thing.
When you cannot function.
You can't function. You lose your functionality and you lose your sanity and your peace of mind if you have not consumed that substance. And substance is not on whether that's gambling, whether that's omunye pes gomunye, whether that's alcohol, nicotine, whatever that it is. It's if it's in excess and it's done at the risk of your health, it is done at the risk of people around you, you find yourself getting into trouble because of that, then it's something you need to look at. But I want to speak to that, and then ngacela lengoma. I know, you the Bating Namanga has got a 1 million views now. Yes, Bating Namanga has reached a 1 million views on YouTube. So thank you, Tribe, for watching. It means it speaks to people. So I want you to sing that song because I'm going to connect it to that.
Yeah, we are putting you on the spot.
I'm like playlist,
Yeah.
and we're gonna take towards the end. Mkulu is gonna also close up. I think we just gotta do that because that's the way in which we can get Mkulu to also sing to us live, because he's been meaning to give us something happening. But Imkiti, as he says, we've been really busy Imkiti, and we haven't had a moment to do a proper music something. So please sing when you don't. If you are sitting and you're in the diaspora and you don't understand the lyrics, even if you are in South Africa, you don't understand the words, close your eyes, hear the song with your heart and soul. It will minister, it will heal, it will do what it needs to do to you.
I'm missing Dream Girls. Yeah, and just bear with me if ever backup yami namhlanje
No, ijulile, baby, ijulile, please. You're missing the whole lineup because you've got you've got a choir, so it's just me just picking,
Yeah, and Mokoko Nabumkululani corner, you can join in. Yeah,
Yes.
and then we'll feel the energy.
Yeah. Woo! Nkulu, I needed this song to be sang, and I'm glad you remixed it with Uyamemeza, because these are the cries of our soul crying out loud to our loved ones, to those closest to us, to pay attention to Ingulo yethu yedlozi. When you are singing this song, it hits a nerve, it hits a chord. When you were seeing, when you were hearing, when you were feeling things that nobody was feeling, or hearing what nobody was hearing, and you said, "Ngiyakula bathunamanga." This song is a song that is a cry out to those who are consistently and, aggressively refusing when one is coming out and say, "I am called." This is a child's cry to their parents to say, "Hear me, see me. I am not just me. I am me and those whom I walk with, and I've got a gift that I walk with, gifting life back into this family." And Batunamanga. This is a song that says that I can tell what's to become. I can see what has happened. I can see what is going on, even though I do not know, but I have heard it, I have seen it. Batunamanga. This is a song when you have seen your great fathers, your elders, and those you have no idea who they are, and you relate the dream, they say Unamanga. This is when you are going through the most in your life and everything around you is collapsing. But to those who are closest to you and those who see you, Batunamanga, you are acting up, uyazenzisa, uthanda izinto, uyaphapha, uthanda fashion. This song, it's a cry for help. Bese kuthi uyamemeza umuntu ongasekho. Because when you are being called, they don't speak in the language of the flesh, they speak in the spirit language. They bring omens, signs, and symbols and metaphors. And for somebody who has been programmed to use their cognitive brain and not their spiritual mind, you get conflicted and confused. And you are asking, what is it you are asking of me? Because I do not understand these signs and the symbols, these animals. I don't understand the rivers and the streams. I don't understand the cloths. I don't understand why I'm kneeling. I don't understand why I am being something that it's not who I am in this moment. That is what these songs are saying. So when these songs are speaking that, and when you are going through those experiences and you have no help, but it is so painful, it is so unbearable, it is inescapable, you have no one to lean on, you have no one helping you navigate the difficulties and the challenges, you are ought to seek a soother and a pacifier. And that's how people are led to addictions. Because we can speak about what is happening instead of what has happened. So what has happened, these songs are actually expressing that something has happened to me. This is a song of somebody who says, I am addicted. I've got a problem. I am struggling. Batunamanga. When somebody says, my issue here is I'm a people pleaser, I'm struggling from issues of insecurity and a sense of worth. But you look so confident, you look so radiant, you always speak so well. Why would you? When somebody says, I am struggling with mental health, I've got depression, and we're like, but why? Because you look so happy all the time. You've got a good paying job, you've got a loving husband, you've got X and X. Batunamanga. So because the struggle, it's an internal battle. It's a battle that you are facing, and you alone can feel the intensity and the extent of the pain. And you are the one who have to endure it. When it becomes unbearable, you seek for a soother, you seek for a pacifier. And because we come already from a history of trauma, with actually trauma not being spoken of, with trauma not being healed, we are going to escape it by consuming things that are going to lead us to being addicts. It is the painful truth, because we are not coming here to judge you. We are coming here to say, You go ephehlweni. It is a new world. It is an unknown world. You have to be something that you have never been before. You are being asked of things that you've never been asked of yourself before. You are conflicted, you are confused. And what does your Kobela give you? Consume substance. So that because we know what consumption, overly consumption of substance does, right? It messes up your frontal lobe. It messes up your frontal lobe. So you cannot rationalize. You can't rationalize. You lose your reflexes. You start to act in some sort of way. So we gotta speak the truth. You are consuming things not because some of it we've seen it. It's been normalized in the family to do that. It's a family thing. Everything we love, how we engage and be in relationship with it, there is a level of responsibility, as you've spoken. So that is one, right? The trauma of being a spiritually gifted child, already that can drive someone to becoming an addict. We shouldn't be asking and saying, we shouldn't be wanting to deal just with the substance. We need to also deal with the driving forces. We need to deal with the things that are leading and driving people there. We need to be able to deal with the fact that we also promote those things. We role model those things as teachers, as healers, and we normalize them in the name of edlozi. We have actually made people fear ancestors, not revere ancestors. We've made people fear the punishment and the punitiveness of the ancestors rather than see them as people who are there to support them, not to take away from them, not to destroy them. I like what you said, that as much as they want you to heal the world, but this world, this temple needs to be intact in order for it to be able to heal the world. It comes from when things happen in our families, when things happen, they are unspoken about, they are pushed under the carpet. It happens because we get addicted to things. Thank you. Oh, that's our first sticker. Thank you so much, Dineo. It's gonna go to you. We get into consumption of substances because we have been through the most. And when we were going through the most, and as we were in the most, we were told not to talk about it. We were told to get over it. We were told it is okay. You know, you will be strong. We were told to be strong. Strong is not something you can tell somebody to acquire. Strength is cultivated from within. We have been refused to become vulnerable because vulnerability is seen as a weakness. But so we need to also start to normalize that when one is in pain, allow them to feel the pain and be in it. That which you don't feel, you can't heal. Let's not go into escaping things. I know people have been giving us a lot of comments, a lot of appreciation, a lot of love, baby. Siyabonga. Let's open up because we've got like the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes. No more. I think it's 30 minutes. Let's open. Let's get questions.
That would be nice.
Let's get some questions. I think we have said a lot. We've made it clear, one, that what are the causes where people are getting addicted, childhood traumas, the trauma of awakening to the gift, and the fact that nobody believes that, and that you yourself are confused and conflicted by the things because we do not have our education system. How we are configured is not to normalize gifted children. We speak about life experiences that are challenging, that are difficult. We speak about pathologies that exist in the family where people, it's a norm for us to consume such, it's a norm for us to overspend. It's a gambling, it's a habit of the family. You know, that's how we spend our leisure time. We also need to speak about the social ills and the social injustices of we do not have spaces where children can have recreation. They're no longer recreational activities. So how do they find joy? You know, how always is because we have recreation has not become a norm that Because how does a child play outside when there are predators waiting to abduct them? When we are fearing for the lives of our children and they're no longer safe to play in the streets. There's so many complexities that are happening. We need to take the economical factors that are in the country right now, where a majority of the people are unemployed. Minority of the people still run the economy. The inequalities, there is a lot of contributing factors. But what we are saying at the end of it is that we are also still responsible. We cannot use that as an excuse. We need to understand that so that we can know what we're dealing with. Because when you know what you're dealing with, you know what you need to do to tackle it. Because if you don't know it, you are busy looking at this big white elephant and you don't know where to begin. It is this big elephant, a huge elephant, and we can't just want to address one part. We need to be able to see it in its fullness and say there are different contributing factors that have contributed. Because remember, the healers and the gifted people are human. They belong on this planet. They are part of families. They are part of a community. They're part of a tribe. They're part of a clan. They're part of a race. So they're not a people in separation, in isolation. Because also we need to start talking about how we spiritually bypass certain things, how we think we can footer everything away, pata things away, beta things away, whereas we are not really dealing with a lot of things. So at the end of it, people are driven towards addiction, not only because it is the calling, it is actually what is sitting in the mental and emotional body. So basically, there is a lot of dysregulation in their nervous system. That's what psychology says. In spirituality, we say there's a lot of dysregulation in their soul body, in their light body. So that light body, the soul, where it carries memories of your ancestors, memories of your past life, it carries actually messages of the future and messages of the present. But it is cluttered and it is burdened with tragedies and traumatic experiences. How it is supposed to hear? How is it supposed to be able to guide and lead? If the heart is heavy, how is the heart supposed to heal? If the heart is broken and the heart is bleeding, how is it supposed to? You can't gift what you don't have. You only had people. And when you have been violated and become a victim and unhealed, you become a perpetrator. Because that's how the cycle continues. So if we're not going to look at all of those things and we just want to focus on one, it is a systemic problem. It is not only in the healer space, it is a societal problem that we are confronted with in South Africa. We've got family members who are addicts and says but we can't say no. Somebody made a decision and you're going to make a decision to get out of it. So we're going to take some questions. Remember, tribe, like, share, subscribe, put the notification button on. You will not miss any live stream that we do. We're coming live to you on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and LinkedIn. And I saw that there is Twitter, so I'm going to try get Twitter here. So we're going to grow the tribe community because there's something about seeing the people who are speaking. There's something about seeing the voice that is singing. Your aura on its own is so healing. We're taking questions. Remember, if your question is very important, you can make a super sticker, a super chat where it will push your question up. So we've got Zaza saying, why don't amadlozi assist us in treating addiction? Or rather, what is the way to treat addiction through African spirituality? It is a multiple intervention.
It is, and also it also depends on what addiction is that. That's the first thing. How do we treat it? And also through accepting yes, I am addicted. That's the first thing. Then we can be able to assist. And then abantu abadala bangakwazi assist, because at all times, we are not held at hostage. Abantu abadala bayasibiza kulo msebenzi wabo, and they also equip us. However, because as much as ubungoma kuyinto dala yakhona, but buqala ukuvela manje. It's like lesihlahla kudala satshalwa, kodwa manje khane sibona ukuthi lesihlahla siyaphila, khane buvuka ngilona ngezinga eliphezulu ukuthi sibaningi singabangoma, kodwa manje kuba ngathi kunezinto esingazi understand that we still need to learn. Kodwa in terms of ama-addictions and all that, yebo kuyakwazi ukutreat-eka, kodwa kufanele ukuthi uyibone ukuthi iyini addiction yakho kuqala. Mawukwazi ukuyibona that addiction ukuthi what it is, then we are able to say, okay, now we have pinpoint, because we cannot heal what we don't see. We cannot heal what we don't know. The only way we can be able to heal anything, it's when we've now identified that, okay, this is the addiction, and what are the necessary steps that needs to be taken. And also, we can only heal a person who is a willing participant. Because if ever we see it but you don't see it, then unfortunately noma singaphahla silande imithi ekuphi sikwenzeleni sikukhulekele senzeni, it cannot be.
Yeah.
It cannot
Just to add on that is that one is that we need to find out what happened. That is baby. I can't believe that I used to do this, and when he does it, I feel sugar message. So it's one is that what happened, because what happened can tell us what are the root causes and the driving forces. Because if we don't figure this out and work with that root cause, what's going to happen is that you're going to find out yourself back into it again, right? What is important is that connection to divinity is very important, the ancestors, creator, connection to nature. So creating some sort of cycle and rhythm and finding ways in which can help you be regulated, right? And depending on the addiction, you might need to go into some retreat in isolation to go detox the substances in your body, because that is also important. And we do, we don't run a center. Don't come to us and think we run and you're going to be admitted there for that. No, but what we do is that there is, medicine that people would use to detox certain things. But it also requires a lot of discipline, because when we say to you, for example, we say to you, we're going to perform this ritual and you can't consume X and X and X, and you consume it, then you are tampering with that, right? So there are ways in African spirituality, and it's also important that you have a community. A community could be a group of 2 friends that are you don't need to have big people and all of that. So a community is very important. Being part of a community, it's very important, because someone whom you can talk to is extremely important. It does not need to be a therapist, doesn't need, but somebody, a support system is very crucial in healing. Healing addictions. Zaza, thank you. I think Zaza's the one who asked the question and gave us the donation. Thank you so much. Thank you. We're taking more questions. Kelvin, God bless the family. Togoza, love how you're teaching the nation and giving the right path. We appreciate. Thank you for the feedback. We're doing the best we can. We're doing our best here. And I think somebody also. Khotazo, thank you so much. I'm trying to see if you forgot to attach your question. Okay, we're taking questions. Remember, tribe, healing is a journey. Often people don't understand that you need to be ready to heal. The more you heal yourself, the more you heal your family too. Yes, it is indeed a journey. It is not people, when we mean a journey, it's got ups and downs. It's got detours and it's got stop signs and roadblocks. And you need to be willing to be invested. I think that's why Mkulu says we can't heal something that you don't acknowledge, because you need to also invest time, resources, and it could be quite hard. And also healing an addiction might require a team of healers to help you heal, depending on what
doesn't mean perfection.
Jackson from New York, you are very welcome. Please. Nkulu is from Ndumba, so unesniff is name. Gogo, can you talk to how others call to actually change the patterns or addictions? Well, one of the ways I know that is quite clear, we are called to change certain patterns or break certain pathologies when we are also in it, right? Some of us have to experience it to heal it. I know there's a pathology I needed to heal in my family, and excuse me, I needed to heal it in order for me to know how to break it.
You needed to go through it.
Yes. Tawaza Koko Nomkulu, can ancestors who have not crossed over over or dark ancestors affect some of these addictions and the callings? Yes, because and actually, I think you raised an important point, because I wanted to say that, baby, that when there is an ancestor that forces you to really consume stuff, my ancestors, bona, no kologo, same WhatsApp group, ne? From my maternal and paternal side. And when we are for 2 weeks, right? And and I was like, oh my god, konje umkhulu wami. But umkhulu wami didn't come and force me to consume it, and was not at my neck, because you have to be careful as well of siphoning ancestors. I'm a parasite. Yabona laba bangayiqanga ngane. Bayohlangana bayezweni lamathonga abahleli ngabo babambezele kuwo ukuthi noma yini sizokufoster sithi imidlozi. No, you cannot behave badly in the name of idlozi. Idlozi elihle elimhlophe elikhanyayo alubehave ngaleyo ndlela. Laba bayenza iteranana ne bathini amagita sibhekane, those ones you should know which they're not the ancestors who are in the light, because not every ancestor is in the light. That's why Miss Patla City sibiza amadlozi amahlamhlophe akhanyayo, because some ancestors are not on the other side. Do you want to say something more to that? Oh, it was saying ancestors who cross over dark ancestors affect some of these addictions and the calling. Yes.
And also angithi when bakhona banjalo abanye basuke badinga usizo, abanye bafuna ukulekelelwa, bahlanjululwe, bagezwe, babuyise ekhaya kahle ukuze bakwazi ukuhlala kahle ukuze bazokuba idlozi elihle. Abanye it's a cry for help.
Yeah.
Amadlozi, that is why baza ngendlela, amadlozi aza ngendlela ezahlukahlukene kuthina sonke. And we also need to understand ukuthi lo uza ngasiphi isizathu, because some of them they come because it's a cry for help. They saying yebo mangiphila and these are the things that I've been doing, but now I need to be cleansed because I've seen the damage that it has done, because I've experienced it firsthand, and now I want to go back and heal and be able to heal the family. We land up because as or as I was the one who was very much influential with the, and now because I'm also asking for help from you guys to assist me to be cleansed, then when you cleanse me and when I speak in then you guys will believe it and you guys will be able to ukuthi ninqamule lezinto lezi, the curse and also ama-bad lucks and all that. Abanye badinga nje ukuhlanjululwa bageze ukuze baze babe idlozi elihle.
Thokoza mkhulu, siyabonga. That's great. Umaseko uncamane la says, Gogo, I believe I'm being led astray by ancestors because I don't last in relationship. Once I get close to the person, I have dreams that they are not good then we fight, like they show me what the person does, and when I ask, we separate. Well, I think just go get it checked out, because you know, for me, I can't say to you ukuthi idlozi or kwenzakalani. I mean, isn't it great that we are shown when people don't have good intentions for you? Yeah, but sometimes I need to be needed. We want to be oblivious to such things.
And like sometimes we turn on my projects.
Yeah, no, he does attract projects a lot. We attract projects. We are Abo Mr. and Mrs. Fix It.
Yeah, the thing is when you find yourself in that, you also need to look at why do you attract such? Are you opening yourself to abantu abanjalo? And then njengoba asho ukuthi idinga ukuthi maybe hambe yohlola, hambe yobheka ukuthi kwenzakalani. Maybe kunalabo abafuna ukuyolekelelwa kini. Ngoba the beautiful thing is in that statement, uyaboniswa. Then you need to go back and understand why then are they calling abantu abanjalo, and then later on when you are invested, then they show you then maybe before you even commit to any relationship, when as umuntu, when as yourself, you need to go and check what is it about me that is attracting such people. Because remember, at the end of the day, with all of these people that you've been involved with, you are the common denominator.
Yeah.
You've been in those relationships. We cannot only blame them, but now you need to take the responsibility to see what is it about you that is always attracting labantu.
Yeah.
And you can be able ukuthi uyilungisa when you go and find out what's the problem.
Yes, Loiso Sabonga Kesha, thank you for the contribution needed to acknowledge that. Appreciate it. I can see some questions like, why do you get broke before you go? Let's not go astray, right? We're focusing on this topic. We will do a topic about maybe, why do things fall apart before you go to I think that's a nice topic. Yeah. We'll cover that. If you like that topic, why do things fall apart before you go for initiation?
I think the tribe will assist in just capturing that.
Yeah, tribe, just the inner tribe, they know themselves, Abana. Please make sure that you get the topics. Oh yeah, that's the topic. That's a big topic on its own because we can't answer it there. There was another one about children, more particularly so do the children become edlozi elihle noma elibi? No, they basically get stuck, right? When there's been a loss of a unborn child, through a variety of ways, we're just gonna keep it like that. The variety of ways. What happens is that if you have not cleansed and done the right rituals to help that soul transition and knows that it has nobody anymore, then it kind of sits in a limbo, right? Because it still feels like, am I still gonna have a physical life? Am I still in the human body? So you do that. You facilitate a cleansing. Martin Mukabi, thank you so much. Sabonga kakhulu. Oh, I knew. I was like, Nyasha, where are you? But Nyasha is the top tribe member. Nyasha, I was wondering what happened to you. I was sexually violated as a child. Since the day I'm always in pain. I feel like somebody took something from me. Since the day I feel empty. No, so sorry for that experience. And yeah, it is the cries of your inner child, because the most painful thing about experiencing violation is, the fact that nobody was there to believe and stand up for you as a child. So now it's for you to do the work to stand up for your inner child. And thank you so much for sharing the story. It's the big saying and acknowledging that you were assaulted. Now it's time for you to do the work. You're not doing the work to excuse what happened or to make it go away, but you're doing it to take your power back so that you are not held at hostage by that experience. Forgiving somebody doesn't mean forgetting it. Forgiving is just that I don't want you to occupy my mind. I don't want you to occupy my space. You are not worth that. You're not worth that. Okay, tribe, we're gonna be closing off very soon. Mkulu wants to know what song you want him to close off with. DJ Dinewa in the decks and Mkulu Mkasha as the vocalist, because we're gonna close very soon. But I must say, tribe, isn't that lovely that to have Mkulu here and the music? I feel like tonight's life was just on another level because of the music. So the truth is, being the common denominator, one needs to heal thyself first with all the addictions in order to heal others and live a healthy lifestyle. Yes, and healing yourself, it's a lifetime. It doesn't mean you don't stop, but I think it's, doing the work, it's very important. Yeah. So I'm just trying to see if somebody has had a song that they would like us to close off with. Zura Bayende, Sindao. Hey, usicelenye ke manje.
Yeah, no, siyabonga with the support and all the questions. And if I can just steal half a minute to say,
of course,
since it is e-heritage month, and I feel like I've neglected my followers and my supporters, and I will this month I will find iskati ukuthi to dedicate a day where we will do music, a full show, your music nje sisekhaya sihleli nabogogo since siyaqeda ukwenza imisebenzi bonke, then we will just to say thank you. To say thank you to Abo Gogo Nabumkulu, Abas Sapota and all that. Then we niga information when are we gonna do that? Then we'll also open up to say you can just request any song that you want. Then we'll be doing Ingoma Lezo, and also maybe doing one or two new songs that we've done. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we better give them a live show. I think we just have to put together a minimum gitinyana, where people can come. You know that thing that we've been talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
we
yeah.
will also just open up to suggestion. I know Ichabi is very active, then they will hold me
Yes.
responsible for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should add Mkulu to the chat. Oh no, don't
No.
add him. He never Mkulu never responds to WhatsApp. Mkulu never answers his phone. No, Mkulu never does Instagram. So
Mkhulu, yeah, sure.
yes, that's why I think your name on Instagram ukuthi Mkhulu Mkasho hayi shame ngibulele nabo vele washo wasebenzisa government name because I uzwide
No, but yeah, this month I'm gonna dedicate that time to
Yes.
say just nje ukunika
Yeah.
umculo because uyasiphilisa and then nami uyangiphilisa. Nami I feel very hungry for that show. And siyabonga ukuthi nihlale nilibele nisilekelela nisupporta and all that. Yeah, siyabonga kakhulu.
Yeah, but I would like to learn more about the African New Year. Let me try see if I can get Mkhulu Ntsingisa here.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in a while because he's also been busy and a lot of people have been keen. So we'll consider that topic. Omunye utufuna izwe labalela. Remember your new hit? That one, it needs strong backup, guys. Yo, nifuna ukungikhama ngevoice. Remember, please inkonyani guys. But some songs, not that we can't sing, they require a huge backup.
Yeah,
So Mkulu sings the ones that he knows that I won't be too off key for him, like the ones like voice ibe sound.
Yeah, I think we're also just noting those songs when we're doing Elon show here today. We'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll do those songs.
Can we have a topic on how to fast in the context of African spirituality? It is noted. Zurabayenda, Nifuno, that's that one, it mesna makosha. We need other instruments for it. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this one will work.
Please remember to like, subscribe, put the notification button on so you don't miss us next week. You coming next week? Yeah, you coming.
Togos.
Yes, I think next week we're either gonna look at why things fall apart before you go epiphany, or we're gonna do gifted children.
Oh
yes. Yes, how to parent gifted children or what to do with when you have gifted children. Hey, but when Kelvin. Okay, I think sing the one you know that keep it with you. I struggle to back up that one. I don't know how to pick it up. asking me to sing along. Actually, the song triggers me. Cool. I think it takes me back to when I was struggling a lot with edlozi, and this is a song that they used to sing for me all the time. So I think it brings pain. Mm. It's a trigger song. It's not that I don't know how to back it up. I got my aha moment why I don't like the song. It's not the song itself. You know how they used to sing the song all the time for me when I was going through the most, and at the time I wasn't even sure what was going on. So makes me wanna cry, and yeah, it gets me into a state. So we can close with a beautiful song that I can sing along to.
I'm trying to think which
Oh, ngibona ugogo Sara, umama kaSabelo. Hey, mama wempande ekudala samgcina.
Hey, mama.
Yes.
Uyasicisha
Oh, esemalwandle ingwenyama. Easy, I can look it up for you.
Yes, emalwandle,
ngayibona ingwenyama esemalwandle, ngayibona
Bathi esemalwandle,
ngayibona ingwenyama esemalwandle, ngayibona
Bathi esemalwandle,
ngayibona ingwenyama esemalwandle, ngayibona
Mama esemalwandle,
ngayibona ingwenyama esemalwandle, ngayibona
Mama esemalwandle,
sayibona ingwenyama esemalwandle, sayibona
Mama esemalwandle,
sayibona ingwenyama esemalwandle, sayibona
Bathi esemalwandle, Mama esemalwandle, Mama esemalwandle, Mama
You know how to heal me. He knows how to heal me. He knows. He knows. Thank you. Thank you so much, tribe. Thank you for sitting with us till the end. this has been one of my favorite lives ever. Your
Sure.
music is powerful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. You know, then dances to the tribe. We give thanks. We give thank you from Kokodineo and Mkulum Kasha. We give thanks and we give thank you. And yes, all the songs requests have been noted. And next time, Zolet's Amakosh, then we can do one Dao song. Ne maramoto lapaya. Hey,
Yeah,
Samuiwa.
you
Yay.
will watch at your own risk.
You will watch at your own risk.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
siyabonga kakhulu. Sibonga kakhulu. Mina ngidlulisa nje ukubonga kakhulu i-support enisibonisa yona. Yes, I know I'm not always here, but I know the support that you give ugogo, and it's really, really appreciated. It doesn't go unnoticed. And nonke who are reaching out, uthini lekelelo and all that. Yes, singafisa ukulekelela wonke umuntu, but this is the platform where we're saying we're giving back, where we're saying ukuthi whoever that we cannot be in touch physically nabo, through these platforms siyazama ukuthi silekelele and simphilise la nikhona. Sithembe ukuthi nani you will take the necessary steps to find healing, because at the end of the day sonke sifuna ukubona siphila, sonke sifuna ukubona siphumelele empilweni. And yes, we are meant ukuthi siphumelele in whatever esifuna ukuyenza empilweni zethu, and nabantu abadala bafuna ukusibona siphila ngale ndlela ababephila ngayo, even better. Yonke into esifisayo ihambe iphumelela. Siyabonga kakhulu. Asiphezi sithi camagu, thokoza, thobela.
Yes. And thank you for the love you show us when you see us on the streets. We get so much love, tribe. We appreciate the love. We get so much love. Siyabonga, kakhulu.
And it motivates us to do better.
Yeah, your words when you stop us and say hi, appreciate you, this is ukhanyisela nasikhanyisela nathi.
Yeah.
Siyabonga kakhulu. Thank you.
Thokozani. Good night.